You get Remy Ma front and center in a silent soap opera with 4K cameras zooming in on every twitch of her left eyelash when you sit your ex-husband, new girlfriend, and your broken pride in the same row at the BET Awards. We're not even exaggerating when we say that the internet is going crazy after footage of Remy Ma sitting directly behind Papoose and Claressa Shields during the biggest night in Black entertainment surfaced. Let's just say that she wasn't clapping her eyes. Was it coincidence? Was it sabotage? Or did someone at BET purposefully seat Remy for maximum chaos and clickbait? Claressa is seen in the video tossing her hair and smiling broadly as if it were prom night, while Remy sits there with a face that reads, "I've made some life-altering mistakes." Forget the red carpet. This was a public heartbreak with assigned seating, and believe us when we say that the jealousy, the shade, and the silent screaming were louder than any performance that night. Buckle up, because what we're about to uncover may be the most ridiculous BET plotline of the decade. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BET Awards 2025 Hunger Games, where the gowns were stunning and the performances were mediocre. And the real show was in row 4, section B, where Remy Ma was seated behind her own demise. Yes, you read correctly. This wasn't just an award show. It was a trap, a live-streamed reminder that sometimes karma doesn't just slap. She books front row seats, grabs popcorn, and lets you watch your man cuddle up with a new woman just inches away. Before we get into the footage that has social media in cardiac arrest, let's take a moment to consider why this was the most brutal seating arrangement in BET history. You see, Remy Ma isn't just any guest. She is a woman who has walked a Black love poster children. We're the couple who made people think that maybe, just maybe, love could survive anything. However, the plot twist, or perhaps we should say the uppercut from reality, came when rumors began to swirl about tension and claims that Remy's mother may have left the marriage ring for a brief sparring match with none other than Easy, the block captain, a man whose name screams, "This won't end well." She bounced back through fire, served time, and stood by her man Papoose, while he practically wrote loyalty-themed poetry with his beard for years. The Claressa Papoose storyline was developing in the background like a hurricane heading for Remy's emotional beachfront property. And while Remy was out there fighting temptation like it was summer madness, Claressa Shields, who is undefeated in the boxing ring and apparently undefeated in real life, was subtly transitioning from a few friendly appearances to "we're just supporting each other" tweets. Then came BET Awards night, and oh baby, they made sure everything came to a head via multiple leaked seating charts that inexplicably surfaced online hours before the show. Thanks to Twitter Papoose, the real action was behind Claressa's glittery ponytail, where Remy Ma sat stone-faced and blinking at a frequency that scientists say indicates imminent internal collapse. By eyewitnesses, we mean verified TikTokers with ring lights glowing like a freshly lit matchstick next to a gasoline. Ken named Remy Ma. You can't make up, actually, but it still writes itself as the lights dimmed and the show started. Claim that Remy never smiled, not when Kendrick won, not when Mariah Carey sang a high note that sounded like a cry for help, okay? And most definitely not when Papoose leaned in and whispered something into Claressa's ear, making her giggle like a schoolgirl at recess. According to an anonymous source, Kayla, a seat filler, appeared to be solving algebraic equations in her head, asking herself, was I ever really loved? Or was I just a placeholder until a championship belt walked in? Damn, Kayla and Clapcam BET had the audacity and nerve to pan the camera straight across Papoose and Claressa during a crowd cheer moment, capturing them laughing together while Remy Ma sat in the background with the kind of expression you only see in true crime documentaries. You know, she blinked slowly as if she was calculating legal fees in real time. Within minutes, Twitter went crazy, with frame-by-frame breakdowns of Remy's facial expressions trending alongside the hashtag Remy Ma is right. Some fans attempted to defend her by tweeting, Maybe she's just tired, to which another fan responded. Tired of seeing there were empty rows in other sections. That seat wasn't random. Someone made a choice, and that choice was lighting board Larry. Others didn't hold back. And she went from all the way up to all the way done in one seating chart, which was awful. However, as the public was teasing, some questions started to surface, such as why she was even placed there, whether it was a coincidence, or whether Bet's production team had gone into messy mode and purposefully ignited this human fireworks. Show ratings, and he might be right because all people wanted to know was how long until. Remy Ma stood up and threw a program at Claressa's head. She did regret betrayal and possibly indigestion. That's where this Bet scandal starts to get delicious because the longer she sat, the more obvious it became that she wasn't a woman caught off guard, but rather trapped in a real-life meme factory. In a moment so painfully awkward, it should be displayed in a museum. Don't go anywhere because in part 2, we're going to break down the body language. The so-called footage leak that Bet didn't want you to see, and how anonymous sources are claiming that this entire seating arrangement was a planned media trap. Grab your popcorn, because what happened next wasn't just captured on camera. At one point, Rhee's reflex was captured on a nearby camera, and her eye twitched just once. That's when we knew she was jealous, not petty or sad, but truly, silently, soul-scorchingly jealous. Liper zoomed in, slowed down, re-uploaded on TikTok, and over-explained by PhDs and dramatists. Let's begin with the purported footage leak that surfaced online shortly after the event aired. It was a 12-second clip that appeared to be from a backstage security fidines. A backstage fidand, Olivia Pope, just dropped the files in this grainy, overheated footage. Claressa is seen adjusting her dress while laughing with Papoose, and behind them, through the curtain slit, Remy Ma is standing with her arms crossed, glaring as if the walls owe her child support. The stare went viral in a matter of minutes. After one TikTok creator wrote, "This is the kind of look that makes your skin burn for no reason. Like she wasn't just mad, she was mourning a man who ain't dead." The internet concurred as Instagram gossip pages exploded with side-by-side shots comparing Rhee's face to various horror movie villains' Twitter posts, saying, "Sorry, X, but let's be real, it's still Twitter," and went completely insane. Remy Ma appeared to be mentally uppercutting Claressa from behind that curtain, but it wasn't jealousy. Rather, it was spiritual warfare. Fall in love with your husband in real time. No, ask Remy. But it doesn't end there because a now-deleted post by a rogue sound engineer named Amich Key makes that Bet mic'd the wrong people. Kias claims that Rhee's microphone was inadvertently left on for 11 minutes during a break segment. What did she say? "Oh, honey," she allegedly whispered to someone sitting next to her, possibly Fat Joe or an innocent seat filler. They're doing this on purpose. They want me to react, they want me to snap, but I won't give them the satisfaction. I'm grown, but don't let this dress fool you. Excuse me. The slogan, "Don't let this dress fool you," is now on t-shirts, memes, and mood boards all over the world. One Twitter user wrote, "Remy Ma saying, 'Don't let this dress fool you,' is my new daily affirmation." Naturally, the internet took it as gospel. We even had influencers utilize artificial intelligence AI to fabricate their own best emotions in order to support Claressa and appear envious in order to garner views. But wait, you want receipts? Oh, let's talk about nameless insiders, since nothing says investigative journalism like as the stylist plug. This unnamed wardrobe assistant stated that Remy requested a change since there. But the Bet producers informed her, "You'll have the best camera angle here." Another source, who claimed to be a Bet Award seating coordinator who asked to remain anonymous and only used the name Seat God, informed us that it wasn't a random moment when Papoose bent over to wipe a smudge off Claressa's lip. It's the perfect camera perspective for a live reaction. An anonymous account shared screenshots of an alleged conversation between Claressa and a friend prior to the show, in which she stated, "I just hope I don't have to sit too close to Remy. I'm not in the mood for shade tonight." This is just one example of the playbook that explains why red carpet couples are always positioned near ex-partners for maximum buzz. She brought out the popcorn gifts because she was either prepared for the tension or aware that it would be awkward. But guess what? Claressa didn't. Papoose appeared to be in his element, not worrying at all, holding hands with a champion while his ex-wife tried not to combust behind them. If you thought that was enough, someone had to call Easy the block captain yep in a now viral clubhouse room titled, "Was It Worth It, Remy?" Ezzy truly lost both men, according to an enigmatic user posing as her cousin. Well, that's difficult. The internet is cold, but the one moment that made this whole mess an instant classic was near the end of the awards show. Papoose and Claressa were seen laughing softly together, and Remy, without saying a word, slowly reached for her clutch bag, stood up, and left without any drama or tears, just a silent, haunting exit, like a character leaving the last scene of a tragic movie. That was the moment that broke the internet once more, as she left like a ghost of her own marriage. She didn't clap, didn't blink, she simply disappeared. The camera crew didn't even cut to the commercial. They zoomed in because Bet is more adept at drama than Shonda Rhimes. But that's where part 3 starts. We're discussing the media storm, fake apologies, celebrity reactions, and rumors of lawsuits. Did Bet go too far? Was Remy Ma lured into an emotional breakdown on live TV? Is there a PR battle brewing behind the scenes? The video of her leaving the venue went viral on social media within minutes, with people still in denial on IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, and even Facebook aunties reposting it with captions like, "You never know what someone is going through." Crying, face, broken heart. However, it wasn't the walkout that caused the situation to go completely awry. Rather, it was the story that followed. You see, while Claressa and Papoose were off giving relationship goals in high school, Remy Ma's silence turned into a call to action for those wounded. Hashtags like #JusticeForMai, #they knew what they were doing, and the completely insane #VetErupt trended for 48 hours straight. Simply put, one viral tweet with 2.7 million views stated that this wasn't an award show, but rather a psychological hit. Job in HD and Bet. Our sources tell us that Bet executives were in full PR crisis mode, with lawyers reviewing crowd shots, frame by frame, Zoom calls with blacked out names, and one poor intern being fired for liking a tweet that claimed that Bet had thrown Remy Ma into a love and hip-hop reunion. A Bet spokesperson released a very well-polished and hilariously hollow statement that read, "Singing arrangements at the Bet Awards are made months in advance and are based solely on camera angles, artist visibility, and production flow. Any emotional reactions caught during the broadcast were completely unplanned and unfortunate." Wow, but wait a minute. Let's break down the official reactions, or should we say fake damage control statements, created by people who obviously don't know what the word sincere means. Regretfully, they stated that her suffering was regrettable. Claressa Shields posted a picture the following morning with the caption, "Still undefeated and still glowing." No tag, no context, just vibes and violence. The fans lost it. One quote, which has been reposted over 50,000 times, stated Claressa won the ring, the man. And the moment Remy lost in every direction, oof. However, the real twist came when alleged legal threats were leaked by the boxing champion. In a very blurry screenshot, someone posing as Remy Ma's cousin's hairstylist assistant's Uber driver allegedly sent the executive producer of Bet the following message. "My client is exploring legal options regarding emotional exploitation and reputational harm caused by intentional seating decisions during your live broadcast." Whether this is true or not, it was enough to start a new debate. Did Bet set Remy Ma up for public humiliation? Was this a revenge seat? Was a clout trap? If so, it's a storyline in plain sight. I swear I saw Mona near the stage whispering. To a bet staffer, it looked like she said, "Now, cue the breakup." Let that sink in. Mona, the mastermind behind love and hip-hop, was spotted backstage at the BET Awards, according to phony but amazing sources. She wasn't on the schedule or on the team, but she was just there lurking like she smelled franchise potential. And we can't forget the clapback of the year allegedly sent in a DM by Easy, the block captain, who hadn't publicly commented until... Now, he reportedly messaged a gossip blogger and said, "I wasn't the one who played her. She simply chose the incorrect opponent to wager on." Sir, that is a bar. Remy Ma, meanwhile, has gone completely dark online. No tweets, no posts, no shade. Just ghost mode. Which, of course, only fueled more drama. YouTubers posted hour-long breakdowns titled "Remy Ma's silence is louder than any verse she ever wrote." Bet Awards, the most savage seating since Game of Thrones. And why Papoose might be the real villain here, and now even regular celebrities are chiming in. Kamer Braxton tweeted, "Remy is better than me. I would have been escorted out wearing heels with my hands." It had to be made worse, of course. In order to put things in perspective, he reposted the video with the caption, "Plot twist, it was all a rollout." Watch what drops next week, sir. What is dropping is a diss track, a boxing match, or a Bet After Dark documentary. So what are the consequences? Remy Ma's public image is shattered, and her devoted fan base is in riot mode. Claressa Shields is now officially the other woman with no chill. Papoose looks unbothered, moisturized, and emotionally unavailable. Even to Joe Button, the unofficial spokesperson for Petty Male Energy, claimed on his podcast that Remy Ma sat in the loser's lounge while her ex was being praised, saying, "That's cold. That's bet." Now, there are rumors that a beta series called Behind the Velvet Robes may be in development. What actually happened that night is that Netflix and Zeus are reportedly circling, and if we know one thing, it's that someone is lighting a cigar with Bet's ratings chart. And that brings us to the end of this epic, petty, almost Shakespearean saga. Or is it because, let's face it, you think Remy Ma will let this go unnoticed? The internet has decided that the footage is forever. The memes are growing, and Remy Ma's face in that camera pan will forever live in the same Hall of Fame as Jordan crying and Nick Young shrugging. Since you haven't seen seasoned rap beef mode, Remy gives her a beat and a microphone. And you might just get an entire diss track called Row 4. But until then, let's talk to you, the viewers. The question is, was just a BET Awards seating accident? Or was it a psychological stunt on live television? Did Claressa purposefully take her victory lap with Papoose directly in front of Remy Ma? Did producers bet? Let's face it, Remy Ma didn't need to say a word. Her face delivered a full 12-episode Netflix original with no script. No dialogue, just tension, regret, and the sound of her blinking slowly while her